Hello there, this is Darth Rabbit 07, coming to you today with another quick review. I had some insanely fast shipping over the weekend as I didn't think this was coming. I thought it was just a pre-order, but I come back home from the beach and Armada Nemesis Prime is here. I found a Ghost Viper at a Walmart in Wilmington while I was down there during the nor'easter hunting on Thursday night looking for Star Wars Micro Galaxy, and bam, there that was. And then bam, when I get home, we've got Armada Nemesis Prime. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, all the stuff down below. Thanks again for watching. Let's turn this around and take a look at Armada Nemesis Prime. The actual shock is real, guys. I cannot believe that this thing is actually here. New York Comic Con was like last week or whatnot. This was an exclusive, and I thought it was just a pre-order. It was going up. Bam, it's here now in front of me, and I got that Ghost Viper too. So it's like never happened ever before with any of the cons. So let's crack this guy open. I don't think that you can get this anywhere else, but pause and scan there. And that box art, wow, that just looks amazing, guys. I'm going to need the pants for that, but we'll use the other one. And we got Star Saber now finally. Shouldn't have to do an exclusive like this to get this stuff like this. It should be available at retail, readily available. But here we go. A real quick inside look shows that same force scene that he was on that one planet of salt that he appeared on. Included in that exclusive package, you get Nemesis Prime instructions, and you get runway, jetstorm, and sonar. Also in that, instead of instructions, you get him holding the Star Saber like this, and I went ahead and gave him his blaster. Of course, I don't think he really used it in that clip I saw, and I can't stomach this show long enough to watch it, so I did some reading up on this, and it's basically something other about Unicron and Sideways and like really intense stuff. If you haven't seen it, you need to go catch it on YouTube there. And he's just really feral and really savage. I mean, this guy just goes bonkers and stuff. So we're going to get these guys into their robot modes next. And here are the Star Saber boys in their vehicle modes, and then we'll get them in the robot modes. And just take a look at runway first here. And I don't like the way his arms just stick out because they're like tabbed into the wings right there. Pretty sleek looking jet outside of the not so aerodynamic transformation. It's just kind of like it's an afterthought and lazy in my opinion. And really nicely colored. There's the back side, like your port side, forward view. He's got his stuff going on there, and these guys are mainly meant for being in robot mode and or in the Star Saber mode. These jet modes are just like a weak afterthought. There's a Concorde that is Jetstorm. How he looks on the bottom. Visible head syndrome, more than ever. Visible hand syndrome. And unless I just didn't follow the instructions just right on getting that transformed back into the jet mode. But there you go with that guy. And your forward, your starboard, your aft is so ugly. Port side, top, bottom, yikes. Okay, and then here is sonar. And he's my favorite because he's a space shuttle-esque kind of, like if the shuttle program was to continue to go, this is kind of like what they were leaning into for a shuttle, minus all that gappiness right there. And I could have swore that the original one of these like folded up and was a little bit more, you know, all together there. It's been a minute. It's been actually 20 something years. So anyway, forgive me for not knowing what that was and how that looked and all that jazz. If I still got the original Star Saber set, I'll try to do some comparisons in another short in the near future. But that's a look at Sonar's vehicle mode. Now, through the magic of YouTube, let's get them in the robot modes. And here is the exclusive set, all in the robot modes, standing together. Minicons were their own faction. These guys lean more toward good. And we don't have a dark version of what he wielded in the show. There's a Vorpal Saber, I believe. I'll put it in post here. But yeah, he didn't have that in this set. Let's take a closer look at runway first, going from left to right. Here he is, and where they give it a little bit more articulation and some pins and that kind of thing, like at the elbows and the knees. You get ball joints to articulate stuff that way and this way, but you get zero head articulation. It's just fixed in there. Nice red paint used. Pretty paint used on the thrusters and that kind of thing. The rest of it's still your, you know, The reason why they don't do the core class anymore, and this is the only way we'll get mini cons, is like through these exclusive packages and box sets. And then we got Jetstorm here. He looks the best of the three in robot mode. I just wish that you could articulate the heads and that kind of thing. Anybody that's got the Fans Hobby, I forget what they call it, Armada Optimus, I think it came with the Star Saber. Do they articulate any better, or are they just afterthoughts as well? But he looks the best of the three in robot mode. And this guy right over here, Sonar, which was my favorite back in the day, is my least favorite of this crew, because this is how his arms do for his arms, and this is your elbow movement for the rope. I mean, God, he got shortchanged so hardcore. Seriously devoid of any kind of paint there in the chestial areas. They got his face a little bit. The paint overspray is really, the paint work is really ugly here on my copy. Your mileage may vary. This looks better than that side there, as you can see with your own eyes. And these legs, I want to say extended on that, and they give it the articulation joint, but for what? I mean, articulation for what? And he does got some like balls there for that. But this like little thing denotes the old little like pulley system they had, and he extended and stuff. But yeah, Sonar there got shortchanged big time, guys. Well, that'll about do it for the Minicon team. They're going to go bye-bye now. Say bye-bye. And we're going to focus on the old Nemesis and take one more closer look at that noggin. This is where he got his face melted head sculpt. I kind of wish he would give him two heads so that you could have this head and or his normal head and face. And I thought this blue was not spot on, but it's spot on with the show and how they did it. And this is how it had the weapon storage there. I don't even think he used this in the show, what little bits there. A blank thing. This one falls off really super easy on my copy here. Just wanted to make you guys aware. Just beware of losing that clear. I can't stand it when they do clear plastic and paint it, and it's just a recipe for disaster there. Don't think he's even worthy of a Decepticon symbol at this point. I don't know what I want to do with this just yet, but I'm so grateful to have it in hand. And he's got all that same articulation as the Armada Optimus does. It's just different colors and a retool head. Let's get him into that truck mode real quick. And here they are side by side before you get them back into those truck modes there. It's going to do, whoop, he doesn't stand up with the hoot. And let you see that back side. I got that gun on the back side there, and it's probably throwing it all off there. So yeah, and yeah. Oh man, he must be drunk or something, drunk on his own power or something. I'm getting very, very least impressed with this setup here. Just kind of, let me just take that off of there. There we go. And he's still having trouble standing up. I don't got something just quite right there. But yeah, there they are in their robot modes. I swear. I think it's just the way he came in the box there, guys. I didn't do a lot with it. So that's Optimus right here. And yeah, Armada was not my favorite series, but they're the two bots there together, and we will get them back over in the truck modes now. And as promised, here are Optimus and Nemesis together on the turntable, how they look from each side, and they both got that little gappy issue, unless I forgot a transformation step somewhere there. I think that was in my original like gripes with this commander class, but this is also meant to be with the trailer as well, and I just don't like that we didn't get a trailer with this guy over here, and the stuff's just a little bit out of balance there. But there's your looks and spin arounds, how they look in the bottom. And I forgot to do something real quick. I'm just go ahead and do this real quick and miniature untransform it just to show off the Matrix C's. And I really didn't have to transform it at all, and really am frustrated with those shoulder pieces that the headlights sit with that go shift over to your shoulder tops. But that's what they look like with their Matrix C's from Armada, and they just simply fold back up into the grill there. And now I think I owe you guys a super mode. We're going to continue this indoors because it has gotten right chilly out here where I'm at tonight on my back porch. My hands are totally numb. Gonna go warm up, Catch you on the flip side. And before we get into that super mode, I just want to show off Nemesis with the trailer in tow. This is something that didn't happen in the show, and I guess is why we didn't get a Nemesis trailer. I still want it because I want a super Nemesis mode kind of thing. Probably be a future exclusive. Now let's get him into that super mode and see how that looks. And here is his super mode with the cosplay pants from this guy, and you can see how they fared there. I think you got more detail here than you just got straight up blue there. I love that head better than I like that head. I'm not big on yellow eyes. A lot of people, I mean, most folks don't matter if it's blue or yellow, but to me, this looks great. I mean, it's greatly done or what have you, but I mean, there's your comparisons there with the super modes. I just don't have an extra set of pants, but all that said and done, let's get the Star Saber equipped with him. And I'm having to hold this just to get his by the power of Star Saber pose, just like He-Man, but then here you go with another stance. Swinging mighty blazing sword Star Saber. Or just plain kicking it. And then we're just going to get this original Optimus back up here with him and Star Saber and all that in just a moment. And here is Nemesis with Super Optimus from 2023 on the turntable together. They look pretty good and not so good from the backside. Not from the backside, but yeah, not from the backside. But anyway, we don't pose our figures like this, is what most people would say. We kind of pose them facing forward, and these guys look great together. Just wish we had some pants for him, but I understand why we don't have pants. This guy's more feral. Let's get this guy into some final thought. And I just had a thought. Give me a moment. I did have the old Supercon version of Nemesis from back in the day there with his overrun and some other triple changer mini cons. So there's the fun with that, guys. And that comparison. Now let's get him into some final thoughts. That is really, really cool. I forgot I had that guy readily available. Some final thoughts on this set. I do wish that we had an extra freaking head is my biggest negative with this guy. I understand now why we don't have the trailer and we've got a messed up face. This guy had uncharted regenerative capabilities in the clips I watched on YouTube because I can't stomach this Armada show, and I'm not trying to offend those that are Armada fans, but this is a very niche kind of thing, being an exclusive. It's the only way you're going to get the Star Saber minicons, and a lot of folks will just be getting it for this. This is just an add-in bonus kind of thing, another recolor, retooled head. And it may not move the needle for a lot of folks to pull the trigger, but I didn't really even hesitate. And I'm even more shocked that this is in front of me today doing this review, guys. I am so happy to have him on the turntable tonight and bringing this to you. Love the teal color that goes with the wrist there. Wish the mini cons could catch a break and get a decent. This is okay as long as you have it in Star Saber mode, but alone I just think this is a weak interpretation for Jetstorm, Sonar, and Runway. I feel like they get the crap end of that stick, and I don't know, maybe I'm just too critical of what Hasbro should be putting out, but I mean, I love Nemesis Primes. Got a Nemesis Prime with the sword called Star Saber. Not to get it mixed up with Victory, but anyway, it's kind of cool how we have a Star Saber that is actually based on a character from G1, a Star Saber, and then we also got a Star Optimus Prime, who Armada Prime borrows heavily from, and that's where we're at with this. It's kind of Armada was an infusion of Victory and whatever Star Convoy is from there. I lost my train of thought, guys. Thanks again for watching my channel. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, all the stuff down below. Thanks again for watching. That's going to wrap up the New York Comic Con exclusive Nemesis Prime and the Minicon team, Air Defense team. Thanks again. Y'all have a great week out there. Take care. Until all are one.